Hey there, guys. It's RCK, and I'm glad to have you back here again for our 53rd turn, I think it is. Not sure what episode this is as far as the videos go, but here we see we have claimed the throne of Gaia. That's the Drakon that has claimed it. I assume that is the throne that is over by Arcos of Folly's capital. We revived a Dusk Elder, some Lictors. This is not one. But the Astral Power Hearts surely be used to get into enchantment. Must be sure. So it looks like Marignon has cast a global. We'll check out what it is in a moment. Here we have a few battles here. Two against Independence, one against Therados, which is our ally. Yes, I know. And Marignon attacking us in Camilla here. So let's go ahead and look at the Forbidden Forest. Just against some militia. It's probably just a indie event from previous turns before. And we're going to go clean that up. Same here with this one. This is the Brigands that took one of our provinces. I mean, just against one PD. They just took over one of our castles for a turn, so no big deal. This is the army that is going for the Arcos of Folly fort. Not too bad. I mean, at this point in the game, yes, I do wish it was larger, but due to the fact of us already losing so many troops through the attrition of this purgatory cast here, while we were on the offensive, while we went off on the offensive when we thought we were going to dispel it, because actually we were on the offensive twice when it was cast. You have to consider that. And then also we went on the offensive when we thought we were going to dispel it one time as well. So we have taken a lot of losses from that, but this is just one of our forces, of course. I think we have two more behind it. So we're not that weak. I mean, we do have 150 lictors in this army and 76 knights. This is extremely strong. Just wish we had a little bit more chaff added on. At this point in the game, yes, I would like armies of around 3,000 or more, definitely. That's just when it comes to chaff. Therados moved out the way, of course. Let's see this one. It's just a raiding force of 16 knights. Let's see where they actually. Let's look. Knights have helped the brigand bring order to a troubled realm. Nice. Income completed. We're under siege. Under siege. Okay. Let's see where this was. So this is Marignon moving from the waters, because I guess Therados has moved back. Not sure what's going on here. Taking the water back and is now raiding our fort, but I mean, so they were able to deal 12 points of siege damage to us. They're not really able to really commit more than that at this moment. Let's see what item it was that they have here. I think it's like the little jar that has the air breathing item in it. No, this is, the manual of water breathing. Thought they used the air gem or air item, but I guess not. Interesting that they have a nature 3 water 1. I assume that's from another nation though. Interesting. Cool. Cool. But as you can tell, we're not too worried about it, so we're just moving around them. We are sending the commander here. I mean, if he dies, that's a little less upkeep that we have to deal with. If they do move away, which I assume they will, they probably think we're going to attack them. We'll just have a free spot, or we'll just take it back. You know, it's no big deal. The commander won't die. Lots of chaff moving up, lots of armies moving around here. Lictors being cast, all getting another archbishop, reanimating when we can. I think a lot of guys over here reanimating ghouls, things like that, lictors. Trying to get as many separate armies as we can out so we can cover as much ground as fast as we can. I'm trying to do some raiding over here. Now, I think do we have a lictor force moving over here? Let's look. I doubt I would have moved them. Yeah, I doubt I would have moved them out if they didn't have a lictor force. We are sending a few small raiding parties out. You see to these very close provinces of theirs. This one does have a temple, so I expect there to be PD or some kind of defense there. I would have raided that, but Therados has it. I don't really care about the 30 militia. I mean, I'm sure Therados will be able to take that fairly easily. This province, I mean, we could go after it. but it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, we can send an army over after we take this. We'll probably send probably 3 out to take this stuff as well. But yeah, we're going for the 1 turn pop on the cap. Um, I do want there to be nothing at all that can stop us. Um, and even though we're sending both armies onto the cap right now, I'm pretty sure I have in mind that one of these armies will continue to move forward as the other one takes the cap. So they're on the same turn to pop the cap, and then after that, I'll set one to storm and the other one to move. So we're not losing any momentum here. While the third army here starts taking these outlying forts, we do have this man force here to deal with. We will fight that as it goes. I am almost positive he does not want to run into any of these lictor forces. I mean, this is 110 here. Yes, this is a large force, but I have to think it's the dog troops, and they're not that great. And with the bless they have, they can't really stand up to our lictors. I mean, Tower Guard, monks, okay. We have Blood Vengeance, Jade Maidens, Cathal Vapors. I want you to. Wardens of Avalon, I mean, yeah, they hit hard, but lictors hit harder. Also now, we are sneaking with troops just in case they have mine hunts. I think I don't know who brought mine hunts out. It might have been End. I think Lemuria was dealing with some mine hunts, so I wanted to throw some astral mages in there. I'm sneaking around with the army just in case. This one now is moving. I'm pretty sure this is the one that's going to storm the fort, because this would be our Rigor Mortis caster. We still don't have darkness yet, and there should be, I probably edited it, I'm not sure. There should be like another mage with gems and maybe a booster going over here. So things are looking pretty good for us at the moment. They cast Stellar Focus, okay. And that was in the cast Stellar Focus. Cool. So not too big of a deal for us. It does take up a global spot, but oh well. Makes you wonder how much they overcast it for, or if they just cast it for 30. So that's going to be all for our turn 53. We'll go ahead and head over to turn 54. Continue old game. 54, there we go. Here we have a couple more battles. Lots of lictors, Archbishop, we spoke about that last turn. Marignon versus Ermor here. Let's go ahead and watch this battle and see what's going on. Now this is on our turf, and this is a golem here. A pretty decently equipped golem. Looks like a lot of magic gems. I mean, it's 10, 5, 10, 5. Woo! 5. So that's 20, 25, 35, 45, 55. That's a lot of gems, and you probably summoned him too. Interesting. Sword of Swiftness is interesting as well. I mean, 2 attacks, yeah, but against something like Ermor, Chaff, or armies, you think you'd have more of an AoE type weapon here. He does have quickness though, so that 2 attacks turns to 4. I mean, good, but what can you do when you're surrounded? Deals a lot of damage. Cool, cool, cool. 85 hit points. Of course, he has the Entangles attacker here with the Vine Shield. Pretty high natural or pretty high prot due to the Knights or Armor of Knights. Attack skill, defense skill's good. What was he getting that defense skill from? Quickness, and weapon defense. Probably from this right here, yep, sword. Oh, you are piercing / resistance, I forget about that. Cool. Body ethereal, see his astral shield. Resist magic. Is that all? Well, we did stop him. I wonder if we stopped no more, if there was more to it. Yes. This chaff army that was moving up is not going to be able to make it. No point in watching this. So yeah, too bad we lost a chaff army, but like I said, chaff army against like 60 gems. And that was a magic phase attack too. Lots of crippled units dying. We have a battle here in Algo. Now this is us attacking Marignon. And there's no forces here, which I find very interesting. So, we destroyed a temple. Very interesting. We have a battle here versus Independence. Let's watch this. This is on our turf as well. Lictors here. What are we fighting? Oh, these are the Holy Knights. Scary. Don't know how well the Lictors hold up. I feel like we'll definitely take losses here. Ooh, lots of them getting frozen in this cold 3 temperature with the cold or chill 3 of the Lictors. Very interesting. Yeah, you with a limp there. Oh, you're crippled. Thought you had a limp. You're not going anywhere. They are starving as well if you caught that tag there when I clicked on them. We lost 2 lictors. Honestly, we did better than I thought. I thought we would have lost more on that lance charge. So we have a battle in Old Arcos of Folly, so let's watch that. Now, is this PD or did the army come out? PD. Decent amount of PD. Well, that might be 10, 11. Pretty nice size army here. Not too bad. Now, this is Army 1 and 2 combined, so keep that in mind. Should have got me some water before I started. Oops, I forgot about that. Don't like having all this chaff up here. Wish it was kind of all lictors. Should have moved them all back because I know I had some chaff. Their squares went over the lictors rectangles, so I'm not too worried. I mean, just chaff. Lictors take care of it. Good chance we might snipe some of them lictors in the head with a javelin, though. See some regenerating already. Put it up a little bit more. Quite a bit moving here. I assume that's what the pauses are for. Oh, they're coming in, boy. And alrighty, that is it. Not too bad. There's 2,400. I thought we at least hit 3K on that one, with that being 2 of our armies together. But like I said, we have lost so much at this point. We are rather weak. We have a battle here in Mark. Now this is our 3rd army moving up onto the empty fortress that we saw of Arcos of Folly. And they're taken care of. We have a battle here in Kimia. Now this is versus Marignon. This was the commander. Okay, so they have decided to stay here with our knights. Very interesting. Misfortune. Holy Knights have came to purge the land. That's great. We just got rid of you guys, and there's more of them now. So they were over here, and now they're over here. So it looks like we're not even going to care about them. We're just going to go around them. I'm not going to put 1 PD here either. Making sure I had 1 PD everywhere else. Very, very interesting. So we're down to 76. A very slow process here. Oh, they have some more knights coming. Possibly a possibility of us actually sending this lictor force over to fight those knights. That could be what we're doing. Was why we're moving them to 132. Not entirely sure though. Moving more chaff to 104 to help defend. Moving this raiding force back. Really strong possibility he's going to send an army over here to defend this temple, while also pushing a force up from here. So strong possibility they would push us back into this province and we wouldn't attack this province, because I doubt this army is going to move over to the right. I would assume something like this army is going to move over and this one's going to move up. So we have a large number of our troops set to storm castle, whereas we have this army here moving into the lake to take that back. This small army moving over to 64 to take that. We see that the man force has decided to back off. At no point was I able to hit this province, so they're not doing this. They're playing a lot more defensively, a little bit more passively. They're not very aggressive with this army here. I think they assume they're going to be able to recast Purgatory at this point and overtake our Purgatory, and then go on the offensive with this army. They do not want to throw it away. And here we have Therados coming over here. I think I told him I was going for the throne here. And like I said, we are storming with one army and we are moving out with the other army. The only reason I'm moving out to this throne is because I don't know if Therados will be able to defeat this throne. If it does have 50 to 60 Wind Riders in it, more than likely, this is the units from the cap. So there's a good chance. I mean, it does say it has mystics in it, so there might be mage support as well. So I don't think the spectral archers and hoplites will be able to actually fight that. He needs a much stronger force at this point. We are storming with a rigor mortis caster. We're 2 turns away from darkness. You're sneaking off with this army. Okay. So, should be pretty good here. I'm definitely making some headway. As far as I know, Lemuria has pretty much taken most of this land here. I don't think he's taken N's cap. At this point, I think he's taken like most of, or at least a lot of this. He's done a very, very good job at raiding, and they've been having difficulties with raiding him back or doing any anti-raiding in order to take their land back. So as far as I know, he does have a lot of this over here at this point, just as well as I've been taking a lot of this away. I still have no intentions of going in after Marignon. I mean, I don't want to lose troops sitting on his cap. And I also kind of don't want to knock a player out like that. I mean, yes, we did take Arcos of Folly's cap. Arcos of Folly had more than Marignon did. Marignon lost a lot early on in the game. So, either way, I figured that Marignon wasn't that big of a deal. And I felt like if he had things, I mean, he had a lot of tools he could use to, of course, defeat our undead, where Arcos of Folly didn't have as many. Whereas we could counter Arcos of Folly a little bit easier. I mean, Mind Burn, Mind Hunt, Soul Slay, stuff like that. I mean, that can be countered by ghouls, astral mages hiding in armies, different things. So, and the Wind Riders weren't that scary to me. And this is turn 54. So we're going to go ahead and move over to 55 in turn. Come on. And we have a whole lot of battles here. Before I get started with this, I'm going to pause my recording real fast, go get a sip of water, and come back. So, I'm just going to go silent for a second, and then you probably hear me right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So let's go ahead and jump into this turn here. We have a whole lot to go over. We have our first battle here, Ermor versus Arcos of Folly. Now, of course, this is our raiding force in between the cap and a castle. And it looks like they've put a decent amount of PD in here. This is probably around 11 here from the looks of it. They're not going to be able to hold up. We already know this is a loss on our part. We lost that small raiding force. 20 troops, no one cares. Next we have Arcos of Folly attacking us. Let's watch this. This is near the coastline. I think it's right there, maybe. A little bit better as far as their raiding force goes. I mean, remember they had extremely large raiding forces. I mean, they could probably done this with 5. So there is that. I mean, or just a Wind Rider, probably, be honest. Since they know we more than likely always put 1 PD down. PD. Next we have Ermor versus Marignon. And this is us just raiding back one of the provinces that they took from us. After, I think that was a Magic Phase province that the Golem was in. Oh, looks like he might, nope. I think we lost 1 knight. Alright, they're gone. Do we lose a knight? No. Interesting. So now here we have the fortress battle. No, we have a battle in Old Arco, and then we'll have the fortress battle. Very interesting. I wonder if they broke siege, or if they had. I wonder if they attacked and broke siege. No, they just broke siege. Are they routing? Are they retreating? My goodness, it's quite a hill. They're just gonna stand there. All right, they routed. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They broke siege. The same turn, we were storming the place, so they're able to retreat their forces out. But at this point, I mean, they don't have many provinces they can route to since we're also attacking provinces. So we'll see if we run into them. We have a battle here in Dunster. Now this is way back here. Oh, that's the golem that's moving around. He's not able to teleport out, so he can only walk from province to province. Uh, that's not good. I mean, there's a good chance that we could definitely counter that if we had the capabilities to. We could just assume where he's going. I mean, he's not building a lab and teleporting out. He's just walking. There's only so many places he can go. We have a battle in Lake Seaweed. Now this is our the lake over on the Arcos of Folly side, where we're using a force to go in there. Very small amount of Merman PD. Not worried. Of course, we're going to win that one. We have a battle here in Lish. This is Marignon attacking us with their force of knights here. Not even blessing them. Well, some of them did get blessed there. Not all of them, but a few of them did. Blesses himself now because they're too far away. It should have been on hold and attack, I feel. And more of them would have got blessed. Of course, you know we lost that one, PD. So 3 battles here. Gentle Woods, this is a raiding force. We used... No, this is the second army. This is the second army moving from Arcos of Folly onto the throne. Was hoping to catch like the god. It looks like the Wind Riders left. Or possibly other Wind Riders that routed into the province. But unfortunately, we did not get any of them. Well, I don't know. It's just, we can now, this is a Lizard Shaman province here, which actually very nice to get recruitable Astral Ones for, so that is very nice. So there's a battle here in the Fortress of Mark. Now this is the one that was beside the Man Fortress, 2 provinces away from the Arcos of Folly cap. There shouldn't be anything inside it, to my knowledge. Okay, they have a few cadences and then a priest, and that's it. And the slingers on the walls, of course, but I mean that's nothing we have to worry about. Of course, they are going away really fast. Let's go ahead and see. 13 losses. We lost 2 ghouls, 4 long dead, 5 soulless, 2 velite. We took the fortress and we destroyed a temple. So very good. I like the, we traded 12 free spawn units for 400 gold. It's not too bad. Then we have the battle here in Old Arcos of Folly. I assume that there is nothing in the fortress since we had, I guess, that other army that broke siege. And as you see, there is nothing left. More than likely, that was their turn of recruitment from last turn. That was a Wind Rider and how many Wind Riders they had. No, a Wind Lord and then how many Wind Riders they had. That was their whole turn of recruitment. That is what I assume anyway. I see that ghoul over there frozen due to the lictors being around him. Funny. Javelin's trying to go up on the walls. Most of them not hitting their mark. I don't see any of them hitting their mark. I wonder how much defense units actually get for being on the wall. That is a very interesting thing to think about, because it's nothing I've ever thought about before. But as I sit here and watch this and see nothing is taking damage here, I wonder if they take damage at all. And if my units are just wasting their ammo. I think I just saw one disappear. Maybe that or just routing. I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting. As you can see, only so many can go up the ladder at one time, so we're kind of bottlenecked here. Also, so many can only go into the thing. I mean, this is where things get really difficult for Ermor due to the fact of if they had a lot of mages over here and they had something to block up the wall, they're just going to be throwing, not evocation, but also evocations and holy spells. Just cast them all day long on top of our troops that are just massed up. They're not going anywhere. Our chaff units that are just not that great. Does not take too kindly to those holy spells. I mean, if they hit a lictor and proc the Blood Vengeance, yeah, it's not a good day for them either. But there's only but so many lictors out there compared to 1,000 chaff, you know. Some bad events here and there. Oh my goodness, we lost 8 astral pearls. That's not nice. It's necromancer somewhere in the world. It's not us though. Not us. A new famous hero. Cool. So we see a lot of chaff moving around. We do see this army here with the lictors inside of it. Kind of a fifth army at this point, because we do have. No, we're not moving out with you yet. What are we moving with? That's the real question. We're moving out with a force. Just we do have a pretty decent sized force here. Lots of ghouls here in 104. Very high siege defense. 278 ghouls. We do have a smaller force back here, kind of defending the home province down to 64 wall integrity. They still have a lot of turns. Even if these knights do jump on, I feel like they still have 2 to 3 turns. Good chance if the lictor army runs into this golem, the golem is going to have a bad day. Other than that, of course, moving a lot of chaff around, moving to take this back from independence, trying not to kill Therados with our Dominion. So, the first army here in the front. Now, actually, this is a secondary army. I'm still going to count this one as the first army because this has our prophet in it. The secondary army here is moving forward to 37 in order to keep chasing down the god, the mages, the wind riders. The first army here is moving to 43. That is just to really kind of continue to push, get on another temple, go ahead and take that out. Moving the raiding force here that was in the water over to 35 to continue our push. Probably a good reason to hit 45 instead of 35. But I figured there's a good chance that that man army, if you remember from a turn or two prior, that was sitting here in 81 has moved to 75. My assumption is that they are sitting in 56 because I have no idea why they would go to 68 and I have no idea why they would go to 82. I assume the man army is routing. I already told you my idea behind them, but I think they're going around the back end here. I think that is the way they're going to come around. So, very, very strong possibility at the next turn. We will see them in 45. That is why I'm rating 35 instead. And sending this Mountain King over to 60. Instead of pushing forward with the army here that just took Mark, this is the third Lictorian army, I guess. Ermorian army. We are moving to 81, being Trollland, to take this fort away from man. Of course, we're knocking out temples every time we take a fort, guys. You have to keep that in mind. We're taking out a lot every time we do take away from them, so always good. Don't like that we have to move this army back, but just due to the fact of we can just raid this back. I mean, okay, yeah, sure, they're taking Wind Riders. Okay, we'll send 20 units in, take it back. If we lose 20 units, oh well. But yeah, taking forts, like they're not going to be able to take this back with 20 Wind Riders anytime soon, especially with armies of this size, this caliber moving around. Like I said, we are moving a raiding force up to 88, either to prevent them from attack or try to counter their raids, while also continuing the push here, taking out the land that honestly hasn't been touched this entire game. We did have that one raiding force move through here, get down to the caverns, the underworld. I mean, other than that, I mean, this land over here has not been touched by anything, you know. But yeah, now that it's not looking so great for Arco anymore, they just lost 2 forts the same turn. We're going for this one here, 40. We're very, very soon. If they have anything else, of course, we're going to beeline to it and take it away from them. Marignon is still kind of playing a little defensively because they have such small armies. 90 flatulence, 20 knights, maybe 20 knights over here. I see another golem here in 120. I have a golem here. You know, not that big of a deal. Not too worried. So that was our turn 55. Let's go over to turn 56. Trying to think of anything else needs to be going on. Let's see here. I need to check something. Making sure I didn't miss any turns or anything. Alrighty. 56, I said. Right there. I was just checking Discord, making sure I wasn't running close on the time. I haven't finished up my turns for today. Lictors, Archbishop, a bunch of battles here. One in Knobville here against the Arcos of Folly. Now this is the first army moving out. And we see, is this a lot of PD? Come on guys, don't PD dump. Not good. Fastier here. This is the army that was in the lake. The raiding force in the lake that's moving out. Again, it's a little bit of barbs. Not too big of a deal. We take them out pretty easily. Lose 4 long dead. We are fighting independence. And this is back in our home. And these are the Holy Knights again. Ooh, there's 21 of them if I remember correctly. Lots of damage going back and forth. I do think we did lose some lictors there. Let's go and check. Ooh, that one hurt a lot more than the last one did. 10 lictors. We should have put the Solus in front. That is on me. Yeah. Definitely on me for that one. Shouldn't have lost that many. No reason to lose that many. So we have a battle here in Trollland. Now this is the 3rd Lictor army here. Not as strong, but definitely a sizable force that they have to worry about. I don't know if he'll be able to one-turn pop a province, but we'll look. Trollland. Oh, yeah, it did one-turn pop it because there's nothing inside. And we have a battle here in Oddgold. This is Marignon coming back after we took it from them, and there's just 1 PD. Oh, of course, we're not going to be able to really do much. And that's it. Bad event. Good event. Nice. Got a gate cleaver. How interesting. And lots of gold. Very, very nice here. If no one knows what a gate cleaver is, it does give you plus 50 siege strength. Kind of cool. Hold on. Kind of expensive item too at 15 earth gems. So we do see that there is a Marignon force that has assembled here at 90. But we are storming the Fortress of 81. And I predicted that man was going to move here. So glad we went ahead and foresaw that. Going to red 24. There's a good chance. Oh, it looks like the Necromancer is there, by the way. I think. Because, I mean, man has to move the 32. I don't think he's going to move backwards, and I'm pretty sure he's going to move forward. So we're going to attack the throne. Might not win it because there are 20 barbs. There probably is a PD dump. Here at 43, we're sending... It looks like we're sending 1 raiding force over to 31, while the entire army is going... The rest of the army is going to 40. And then we have 1 raiding force going over to 25 to take out that temple. Whereas the second army here is moving to 28 to kind of cut them off from any reinforcements from their allies. I mean, cutting off man and end. I'm pretty sure like end is like, or not, Lemuria is like raiding over here, and end is in pretty bad shape. I think his capital is under siege. It looks like me and Lemuria are kind of racing to each other in the middle, almost the same whenever I saw the pictures for it. Other than that, you see Arco kind of dancing around us. We're building a temple in Arcos of Folly. rating with that small group that I moved up, hitting 80. Of course, after that, we're going to go to 64. Looks like there's one Wind Rider that got left behind. And then a large army here on 62. Not too big of a deal. So, moving more forces up to 104. About ready to move out with a 5th army here. That being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, things are looking pretty good for us right now. I'm almost positive this group can take out the 20 knights over here. In that point, they're going to disperse and take out all these outlying provinces. I'm almost certain that so the golem has moved from 150 to 146, because if you guys remember, this has been independence. So there's a good chance either the golem is going to move on top of the fort. There's 50 wall integrity left. He's either going to move on top of the fort or he's going to move back into the water. I assume he's going to move back into the water. I don't think he wants to take the fight on the fort. And I also assume that these knights are going to run away as well, now that they see this army here. So, those are my thoughts. Of course, we've already gone through over our army composition, pretty straightforward. If what you saw in one army, it's almost exactly the same. Very minor differences compared from one army to the other army. And that's all for turn 56. We have a pretty large treasury now since we have a decent sized income. Due to all the land we've taken back, not really spending it as much as I probably should. I mean, we are building a palisade back here. Probably should move to build a palisade in 159. This area here is way too volatile for me to want to build a palisade there. I mean, we're building a temple in some of the forts that we can. We're going to move over to 69 here very soon. Build a fort there. Not a fort, a temple in both 81 and 69. I would love to build a temple on 51, but like I said, way too volatile with these forces raiding so much, so we have to be careful. That is why we haven't spent most of our money, if you were wondering, kind of waiting for a safer point. Because everything here are castles and temples. I mean, we could definitely upgrade it from a castle or was it fortress to a castle to a fortress, I think. But I mean, at that point, you're only getting a very small amount of units gained overall compared to the difference from a palisade to a castle. So, do I want to spend the extra 300 whenever, I already have 300 is half of building a brand new palisade, so, or it's 75% of a temple. Really depends. Speaking of which, how many temples do we have? We have 16. And that's going to be all for turn 56, guys. We'll go over to turn 57. Alrighty, we have a Limmer console here claiming a Throne of Fire. We have Marignon casting a global. Lictors on a site. Wolfolk, that's a nature site. Nature gem will get 1 gem per turn. Lots of battles here. So we have a battle against Arcos of Folly. This is a raiding force. It looks like we do take the province and we destroy a temple. We have a fight here against Man. Now this is... What is this? This is the province that's in the middle of their land. This is kind of their area where they move through. So look at this one here. Army hitting another empty province. We have Marignon attacking us. The commander, they died. Maybe just to ping us, I don't know. Maybe they thought it could beat 1 PD. We have another raiding force that destroyed another temple. So 800 gold down this turn. This one was the one I said, a good chance there's high PD. Barb's already in it. So we did lose this one. It's okay. Win some, you lose some. Take control. They met no resistance. Very nice, very nice. We lost this. No, that's the one we already looked at. Yeah, we already looked at that one. Yeah, we already looked at that one. This is Trollland here. There's some monks and a crone of Avalon here. Longbowmen. So we end up losing Chaff. 2 long dead horsemen. But we do take a castle. Some good and bad events here and there. Let's look at the battle map. Um, so we are safe again. They moved away like I thought. So we're moving to take every single one of these provinces back. Not too big of a deal. Now we're moving across. We're taking 64. I mean, 87 we can take. We'll just let Therados take 87, 32. Both of these raiding forces here are going to hit 17, just due to the fact of it having a temple. I mean, I would fight 21, but I don't want to because independence already. So now we're moving to take both of these man provinces here. We're going to have one force, the main force go and take 36, and then a smaller force hit 18 because they're not really able to move anything past that. We see Therados is already at 29, so Therados rating apparently is going fine for them. Lemuria owns most of this right here. Therados is going like kind of through the middle here, I think. Us owning this eastern front. Other than that, we are storming this fortress here in 40. Things are going fairly well. Moving the better half of this army, more than likely here into 90. A raiding force into 75. We're really moving too much. We're moving a small force over to 69 from 104. Lots of chaff still coming up. Another small archbishop group moving up. To start a new army here, probably take whatever this one here is reanimating and what they have. 5. Yeah. I mean, I'll push them up around 30-ish, along with all the knights. I mean, that's probably around 50 or so sacreds. So not too bad. Definitely around 50 sacreds would be a pretty good rating to a medium-sized combatant force at this point. But at this point, they went on the channel and conceded. So that is the game, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun playing. I was glad I was able to play with everybody. Glad I was able to play with my teammates, of course. I'm having a lot of fun with them. Glad we were able to play this game. Of course, they took most of this at this point. I think N lost his capital. I think Man still had his. Of course, Marignon still had his, but I mean, things are going very, very downhill for them. And the reason why they decided to give up on this turn because they did a very large overcast using alchemized all their gems to cast Purgatory one more time, and they still failed to cast it. So they knew it was going to be a long time till they were able to cast it again. And that was really what they were betting on at this point. So yeah, that was kind of the last nail to the coffin there. Let's go and look at our score graph before we head out. Provinces, of course, this was our first kind of phase attack here. Whenever we kind of really took off and took a lot from them. After that, the Purgatory was cast. We had to run away, causing us to kind of stagnate here. And then whenever we overcast it for us, of course, we went on the offensive. Forts is always going up. Income going up greatly at this point here, just due to the fact of us taking those very, very nice rich land of theirs. Gem income doing the same thing. Research is kind of always around the same, Probably one turn we didn't research with the god or something like that, depending, I don't know. Honestly, that probably is it, just due to the fact that's probably when we cast like Dispel or something like that. I bet that's what it is. Dominion up and down. Not too big of a deal. Army size, I mean, after we lost 2 pretty large chunks to Purgatory, that was from a battle, I think. We've been going straight up. I mean, we had a little off here a little bit because we lost 120 between 2 raiding forces. We lost some in another army. But, it's not going to stop us from going up. Marignon's, I mean, you have to consider that this is all of their thrones. This is Man's, Ends, Marignon's, and Arcos of Folly, all their thrones. Whereas Lemuria has that many thrones by himself. And then I have a few thrones, and then Therados has a throne. I have 2 thrones. Do I have 2 thrones? No, I have 3 thrones. Yeah, I have 3. At this point, Lemuria has 4, and now he got 5, and then Therados has 1. And whereas altogether, I think they have around, I mean, right now they have 3, but turn before that, altogether they had 5. So we've been winning in the throne count as well. But you need like a ridiculous amount. Yeah, you need all the thrones to win. So we weren't going to win by a throne victory. We were just going to kind of keep playing until a team gave up. But everyone stuck to it. No one went AI. Very, very nice. Had a lot of fun, guys. I hope you enjoyed this series. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I will be moving on to my Omniscience game series. Other than that, I'll be also doing a few different multiplayer series that I have going. I'll try to post some Deep Rock here and there because, I enjoy that game as well. Don't know if I'll ever post anything else as far as other games go. Mostly Dominions 5. So, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun in this one. Glad I was able to show it off. And I will see you guys in the whatever next series you watch. Bye.